Good morning, my lovelies. How are you? Hold on one second. I am back. I had to make sure that we are good. Hello, my lovelies. Hi. Welcome back to my channel. If you don't know, my name is Betty Washam. I am your host. And yes, my hair is all over the place, but I don't care today. We're going to talk about higher frequency. And what does higher frequency, how do you get to higher frequency? What does higher frequency do? How does it play a role in your life? And how can it help you? How can you stay in a higher frequency at all times, right? Even when things are bad. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe, because we're going on a journey. We've been going on a journey. We've been going on a journey with our feng shui. Last night I put salt beside my bed. I hadn't showed you guys that yet, but what is a higher frequency? How do you get to the highest frequency in your body? How do you get to the point that I'm at where when I feel energy, it'll go up my spine? It'll go up my spine. I can actually feel the energy moving up my spine. But how do you block the bad energy? And how do you guard your heart from the bad energy? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today, right? We're going to talk about raising your vibration and not going back.
What is it that is going to shift your vibration more than anything else? If you go on YouTube right now and you type in raise your vibration Aaron Dowdy, you will see hundreds of videos on how to raise your vibration. And there's even some meditations that will show you and help you to raise your dominant vibration permanently. And there's hundreds of people that have commented on that video saying that it has made a change in their vibration, in their energy. Now, why is that? What is it about our vibration that can permanently shift like that once we change our own energy state? And in this video, I want to show you one of the biggest epiphanies that will allow you to shift your vibration to a completely new level, to where you look back and you can see that when you watch this video, this was the thing that made all the difference. So in this video, that's what I'm going to be sharing with you, showing how to raise your dominant vibration. This is something that I did back in 2012. When I did this, I remember walking around my room feeling completely different, wondering, is this feeling ever going to go away? And the thing is it never did go away. Of course, it still fluctuates, but it went from a solid 3 out of 10, 1 feeling not great at all, 10 feeling amazing, to a solid 7 or 8 out of 10. It changed my whole entire life, and in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what to do to raise your dominant vibration permanently. Welcome back to another video. My name's Aaron, and I help people expand their consciousness. Now, in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you what it would look like if you completely change your vibration permanently, which means no going back. If you go back to some of my earlier videos on YouTube, you'll see where I have the big yellow bowl that says no going back. There's a meditation on shifting to a parallel reality. And there are thousands of comments from people that say they feel totally different after that meditation. I'll link that below. But in general, there's a couple key characteristics of why that happens. In a way, you could say these meditations are permission slips for us to create a greater degree of change from one reality to another reality. So basically what this has to do with is understanding these two concepts. So we have the old self, the part of ourself that is thinking, feeling, and acting a certain way. And based on what that is, we are getting a reality that is a complete reflection of that. Then what we can
residual
realize is
energy.
there's a version of us, we could call the new version of us, or whatever we want to call it, that thinks, acts, and feels a certain way. And what we do is we create a change where we, in a moment, decide that instead of being this person, we're going to let go and then choose to be this version of ourselves. Now, the thing that will keep us from changing more than anything else is this one belief, that beliefs create our reality. And with this as well, I was recently watching a talk on this. There's this idea, my buddy Ben was telling me about this, and it really stood out to me. There's this idea that imagine that we have this energy field around us, which we all do. We have these things called standing waves standing wave is like a wave of energy that is going out of our heart. Standing waves are like beliefs. We have beliefs that say, this is what I'm worthy of experiencing. I'm worthy of people treating me only a certain way, or I always attract people that are late, or whatever the belief is. It's a standing wave that is constantly being projected out. And when you go out into the world, your reality is being reflected based on that filter. So the key is that if we want to change our reality at all, we must change the standing wave. We must change the way we are responding in our reality and what we are projecting out, because that's just what we're getting back. And that's what we call a belief. Now, the idea is our reality is a direct reflection of the beliefs we have about who we are, how we relate to our reality. We have beliefs and stories about love, about relationships, about money, about abundance, about health, and these are overlaying our reality. If we want to create a permanent change in vibration, the key to this is getting to the core and becoming aware of our standing waves, becoming aware of our beliefs, and then making a choice to change them. We become aware of them. Awareness is half the battle, and then it's making the choice. That's it. That's it. Transformation, shifting your vibration. When I went full-time on YouTube, I was working a 9-to-5 job. My thoughts, my emotions, my actions were equal to that reality. And in a moment, I felt so much pain from that. I was like, why am I still here? And then I made the choice that I'm going to let go of that familiarity. I'm going to let go of that comfort, and I'm going to wire in a new way of being. I made a choice about my identity, about who I am. That's why they say your vibration and what you experience in your reality is a reflection of who you are. So instead of trying to change even just the beliefs, pay attention to the person you are being, the person you are being to the reality you are getting. Now, the thing with this, though, is that if you believe at all that beliefs are hard to change, then change is hard, because that underlying belief makes it difficult. If you believe that you are the result of your past, then it will be very hard for you to change. The key and the main part of this video I want to share with you is this right here. What quantum physics shows us is that every moment we are changing. It shows us that every time we look at a memory from the past, we take it out of the memory bank, we look at it, we change it, and then we put it back in the past. So by the time we've thought of some 10, 15, 20, hundreds of times, what happens is we've changed the memory so much that what we think happened isn't actually what happened. Our past is not what we think it is. Now, the key to creating change and to shifting your vibration permanently is realizing that you are new every moment. Every moment's a new moment. You can make a dramatic shift like this.
So let's stop right there for just 1 second. And to answer your question, my love, I am 50 years old. Let's stop there for 1 second. A lot of people live in residual vibration, residual energy. They go to the past, they bring the past to the future, and what happens? It blocks all of the present that could be coming into them because they are harping and still living in the past. It is time for you to raise your vibration. This is why people are waking up now and they're seeing things for what they really are. Let's talk about the Charlie Kirk thing for one. Why is people starting to wake up and see that it's not what they thought what they wanted them to believe it was, right? Because people are raising in different frequencies now. The frequencies are much higher. Even the frequencies in music are much higher because they want it to go into your subconscious minds, right? They want you to think of rapping and killing and hurting people and going to prison because they make money off of you when they go to prison. They don't want you thinking of how can I make a successful career? How can I get that negative residual energy out? How can I feel like I'm not a slave to the government? They don't want you thinking that. They don't want you thinking with your brain, okay? They don't want you even thinking with your left side of your brain, which your left side of your brain is the most, creative part of your brain, okay? My name is Betty Washam. It is nice to meet each and every one of you. Thank you all to all my new subscribers. I really appreciate each and every one of you. And what I am here to do is to help you to learn Feng Shui, to help you to raise your vibrations. And just like this gentleman right here, Mohammed, which are a million Mohammeds, so there's nothing unique about him. Keep calling me a bro. Because this guy doesn't know the difference between a woman and a man. Okay? So Muhammad, again, I am a woman. I was born a woman. Therefore, I am not a bro. Okay? So do not get my sexuality fucked up. Thank you.
And how, like, real this is? People that have personality disorders, multiple personality disorders, they will shift to one personality. Let's say it's Bob. Say they shift to Bob, and say Bob is healthy. But then say they shift to Carl.
I don't care.
Well, what
the thing is, when you come in my room, respect me. Okay? I'm not your bro. I'm not your friend. I don't know who you are. And when you call someone bro, that is disrespectful to me, to my vibration, and to my country, to where I'm from. Do you understand that? I do not like that word. You want to talk to your guy friends and call them bro? Do it all you want to. But that's a slang, and it's showing your maturity level is not up there. Do you understand? You need to grow up so that you can have these higher frequencies in your life, so that you can achieve the success that you need to. Because using language like that shows your IQ is very, very low. And I feel sorry for you.
Bob may not have cancer. Carl may have cancer. In the 5 minutes or the 20 seconds that he shifted from Bob to Carl, he could have cancer one moment and not the next moment. He may even have a different eye color one moment, and then the next moment have a different eye color. We can shift like this.
Okay, so let's talk about that. You're older than me, then act your age. Let's do that. If you're older than 50 years old, act like it. Use your brain. Talk to me as though I am a new person that you have just met. As I am letting you come into my life, into my office, into my frequency. Do you understand? Other than that, don't talk to me. Go find 50 million other people to talk to. Thank you.
Like this, it is a choice about who we are. Now, when you realize that who you've been in the past has just been a story, you start to break that down. You start to see that your past does not equal who you are now. Just like you know that if you look at the wake of a boat, imagine a motorboat, there's a wake that's behind it. Most people believe that that wake is steering the boat. This is a quote by, I believe,
this is very
Alan
good for
Watts.
you, Muhammad.
But once we realize that the wake is not what is steering the boat, we can then change our direction. We get a fuller picture for the way the energy dynamic really works. So the key to this is knowing your past does not equal who you are. Your past was just something on autopilot that led you to being this way over and over again. But the key to this is simply this: realizing and becoming aware of who you are being. I was aware of the full-time job. I was aware even when I was doing the energy work of changing my own masculinity, the nice guy syndrome that I had to shed last year. Became aware of it. Oh, where am I doing this in my life? Why am I doing this? Oh, I become aware of it, and then I made a new choice about who I am and decided that that's who I am now. And what I would do is a meditation for feeling the separation between me and other people, and that would help me not enmesh my energy and care what people think as much. And it completely changed my energy. But I had to give myself permission to change, to realize, well, I'm not this person because I was like this and because my dad was like this. It's a story. How do you feel in your body? This is the key to transformation. It's realizing you are a high vibrational being. You are meant to feel love, joy, peace, and happiness. You're meant to feel those emotions. The only thing that keeps us from feeling those is attachment. Attachment to the past, attachment to the story, attachment to the narrative. And once we realize we are new every moment, we can make a new decision about who we are. When I learned meditation back in 2012, I remember sitting down, and one day I just decided my life is going to be forever changed. And guess what? It was. You could also, like they talk about warriors initiations, right? Where what they do is a boy goes through a hunting process or some type of process that makes him a man, and then he comes back and he's forever changed. He was letting go of the mom attachment, letting go of the way he was being, and then he wires in and makes a choice about who he is through experience. We can either go through this through experience, we can make new choices about who we are, and then begin to wire it in by doing meditation. That's another powerful way. Now, one of the most powerful meditations on my channel now has over 1 million views. You can read the comments as soon as possible, but it's a meditation that if you do for 21 days will raise your dominant vibration permanently.
And I'll put that in the link in the description below.
Read the comments so that it increases the belief and gives you more permission.
So the main thing is that you've got to give yourself permission to raise your frequencies. You've got to put yourself into positive situations, positive thinking, positive things. Just like Muhammad. Muhammad is judging me at this moment because I smoke a cigarette. But Muhammad knows that I'm not judging him because of who his name is. I'm not judging him because of his belief. His beliefs, we should say. Because it's not for me to judge him. And it's not for him to judge me. But I'm going to stay on my high frequency. And I'm still going to smile. And I'm still going to shine. Because that, honestly, was bad frequency that I block. I block it from my heart. I block it from anything that is bad. I block from me. Right? That's what you have to do. When you feel a bad frequency, or you feel that there's something bad coming towards you, or trying to attack you, you immediately block your heart. You immediately raise your frequency level so high that that person cannot touch even your mind. And you stay in that high vibration. This is for all my angel warriors. I love each and every one of you. I thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me this morning. We're only going to do this for a few more moments. And I do accept your apology, Muhammad. I do accept it. And I do pray that you raise your vibration energy. I pray that you start fulfilling your heart with goodness and grace. And start waking up and just being so happy just to be alive, just to see another beautiful day, or the family that you love. You're not promised 5 minutes in this world at all. So how do you want to go out when it's your time? And it doesn't matter what you believe in. What it matters is, how are you going to raise your frequency to be higher than that person who's trying to bring you down? You block that heart immediately. You push that frequency away. And you say, not today, Satan. Not today. And that's what you do. And like Muhammad said right now, I'm feeling better because of your words. I'm feeling nice. Thank you. You are welcome, Muhammad. You go and you smile and you be graceful and you be kind today to the people that you love, as they will then show you kindness. You have a great day. I will be back with my babies, and I will see you all very, very soon. Much love, respect, honor, peace, health, and wealth to all of you. And I'm out.